Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we're live swatching Ethereal Lacquer's Vamp collection. It is already open for pre-order and will be until August 15th. So I felt like maybe we could go over some of the polishes that I did not have descriptions for when I was doing my shorts. Also, if you enjoy live swatches, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Our first polish is going to be Ethereal Vampire. This one is a blood red jelly base with large particle shimmer that shifts green, aqua to blue, and it is $13 right now. So the awesome thing about pre-order is the fact that these are not going to sell out. However, the mysteries were kept, and I found that there are still some available on Gracie J and Co, as well as Rainbow Connection UK. So I'll put that down in the description. Meanwhile, how beautiful is this polish? How mesmerizing is it? And how fitting is it for the first polish to get us excited about this collection? Let me know down in the comments if you have purchased this polish or any of the others in the collection, and I want to hear why. So our next polish is going to be Vamp Pearl. I went ahead and did this one right next to Ethereal Vampire because I thought that they were very similar, and it turns out they're not. So this one is also $13, but it's a sheer black base full of green to pink shifting shimmer, and the shimmer is much smaller in particles and more refined. So you get some of the similar shift colors, but it's not the same polish. So I was very excited, and that does mean that I'm going to be keeping both in my collection. I did 2 coats of each polish on my nails, and I did it with a rich filling base coat beneath because, well, why not? And I did like that as I moved my fingers, I was able to see that this one had some purple in it that it looks like that Ethereal Vampire did not quite. So let's move on to the next polish, which is Entwine. This one is also $13 and uniquely a mossy green base with purple to pink shifting shimmer and micro holographic flecks. Now, I feel like that's a flex just to have the micro holographic sparkle in there because it's already such a unique formula, as you can see on that very first coat, and then it just deepens from there. And I love that the darker the polish, the easier it is to get full opacity, but I still do a thin coat first and then fully commit on the second coat because heavier coats are harder to dry, but also because I like to have my first coat already dry before I do a second coat so that I'm not pulling up the polish I just put on my nail. I know that we all know this, but if you're new to the nail polish community or just start doing your own nails, it's a valuable lesson to not have to learn in person. And that brings us to our next polish. This gorgeous one is called All Thorns. It is $12 and it's a dark cool toned green base with magenta pearlescent shimmer. So of course, I am a fan of pearlescent shimmer, especially when it's in something unique. If it's in a new unique shade, I like it. If it's a unique color combination, I like it. If it's just straight up a pale colored polish with silver pearlescent shimmer, that never impresses me. So I usually steer clear of those and look for unique ones like you find with Ethereal Lacquer. And then the formula is also great. So far I'm into this collection and I have had no problems with getting opacity and coverage, and I also haven't had any spillover into my cuticles. So that is huge pluses across the board, and that includes the brush chosen for the brand. So I'm in a very good mood going into our next polish, which is Bitten. And this one is $12, but it's a dark wine red base with purple pearlescent shimmer. And I just thought, this isn't going to be my favorite when I looked at the bottle, and then I put on the first coat and I was completely and totally wrong. I was so excited about how beautiful that wine red base makes it. I didn't know that the color combination would ultimately be the reason why I fell in love with this polish. So far for favorites, we've already got Ethereal Vampire, Entwine, and Bitten, which brings us to our next polish is Victoria, and it is $12 when it's a muted mushroom brown with magenta pearlescent shimmer. So I was a little surprised because we already had one with magenta pearlescent shimmer, but it was a cool toned green in all Thorns. So we've got that same shimmer but with a muted mushroom brown, and I'm surprised that a shimmer can make such a difference. Like, this was just a neutral polish by itself, and then I had the shimmer, and now it's very classy and delicate and beautiful, and I would totally wear it on a night on the town just because it's just so gorgeous. So I really love that the magenta pearlescent shimmer elevated that polish. Here we are starting in on a magnetic, which is always fun by itself, and I'm using one of those X or T magnets. It never works on my finger, but it always looks pretty impressive on the bottle. This one is Beware. Beware is $12.50, which is surprising for how much I love this chocolate. I mean, sorry, not this chocolate, this polish. It's a warm brick red jelly base with silver magnetic effect. Now, when I first saw it, I in my lighting, and it was just your normal overhead lamp lighting, I thought it was a dark chocolate cherry brown, and it's a brick red jelly base. So that's why I was thinking chocolate and also at the same time thinking about the polish. So, or cherry cola, cherry chocolate. Anyway, I was wrong, but I was not wrong about loving this polish on my nails. I was just stupefied that I enjoyed it magnetized or without, which was really surprising because with magnetics, you're supposed to love them only when they're magnetized. And I was like, nope, I love it just the way it is, whether it's magnetized or not. So that was pretty surprising to encounter, and I think I might need a backup of this one just because it is so beautiful. It's so pretty in both states. So I'm just completely and utterly speechless by how well it turned out, regardless of my, I wouldn't even say intermediate, I would say novice magnetic skills. And here it is moving with it magnetized, and I just cannot resist wearing this one again this season and the next, and maybe even spring. I don't know. This one is Velvet Dagger, which is also a magnetic. It's priced at $13, and it's a soft brown base with purple to pink shifting shimmer and a silver magnetic effect. Now, I didn't normally catch that brown base with the shimmer at all. I really only caught the purple to pink shifting shimmer, and that's what I thought it was mostly comprised of, because even with the silver magnetic effect activated, you still get a lot of that pink to purple shimmer. So this is it, unmagnetized, and I think I love doing live swatches in afternoon lighting because it allows me to show the polishes moving naturally on my hand in particular. And sometimes I'm just really floored by the effect, but it also allows me to show you all what I mean by what colors I saw most prevalent in the polish. And if you're new to my channel, stills are done in a photo box with cool bright lighting, whereas my live swatches are done in afternoon indirect lighting in my room. Which brings us to our very last polish, Mine All Mine. This one is just $12, and it's a mauve rose base with bronze pearlescent shimmer. Now, I did talk about this one on my shorts. $6 will be donated to the National Canine Cancer Foundation per bottle, as well as $6 per bottle donated to their local humane society for the Ethereal brand. So Megan's idea was to help everyone find their furry friends and keep them longer, and I can 1,000% get behind that sentiment. So Mine All Mine, despite it being beautiful, is also purposeful, and I just love a polish that can do both. So I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did. Don't forget to share and comment, do all the algorithm things that YouTube likes. If you're part of my nail fam, I am sending out virtual hugs. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate you all so much. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you in the next video.